is Crystal today, and we're going to be talking about terrarium. So what is a terrarium? So a terrarium is a small glass or plastic container that grows small plants. So it's going to look something like this, okay? So a terrarium is a perfect example for the water cycle. So what is the water cycle? So the water cycle has different steps. So the first one is evaporation. So evaporation is when a liquid changes into a vapor or a gas. So when we have water, that turns into a gas. Okay, next we have condensation. So condensation is water changing from vapor to liquid to form clouds, or a solid to form precipitation. What is precipitation then? So precipitation is the falling of water from the sky in the form of things like rain, sleet, hail, or snow. Okay? Next is accumulation. So accumulation is the act of collecting water by continuous addition. So when we have things like puddles, lakes, oceans, and stuff like that, so all that water is accumulating down into one big giant like puddle. Okay, so the water cycle in our terrarium is going to occur too. So we're going to go ahead and build our terrarium. So what you'll need are pebbles. Okay, small pebbles. You'll need activated carbon, but if you don't have that, you can use sand too. And we have potting soil, and then pick any type of seeds that you want to plant. We'll need some water, and then you'll need some sort of plastic container that you can cut in half. And then, of course, some tape so that way we can close it back together. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and build our terrarium. So, to start with our pebbles, you'll scoop out, and you'll just put enough pebbles in order to cover the bottom of the container. So, for a jug this big, you might need 2 scoops. Okay, and then we're just going to add a small layer of activated carbon as well. So just a thin layer. Okay. Next, we're going to add some potting soil. So also just enough to cover all of our pebble and activated carbon that we have in here. Alright, smooth it out just a little bit. And then we're going to take our seeds. So just grab a couple of those seeds that you decide to use. And just plop them right into the dirt. Make sure that they're all in there. Okay, so make sure you cover those seeds so that way they have a chance to grow. Okay, next we're going to take our top half of our container, put it on top, and then we're going to tape it all up. So just go around a few times so that way it's secure and it won't fall out. Alright, just like that. Okay, and then usually with these, you want to take the cap and add some water to the cap, so that way you don't overfill it. So usually about 2 capfuls is good for these, so that they have enough water. When you add the water, you shouldn't have to water it again, add any more water. But if you feel like you've added too much water at the end of this experiment, then you can just leave the bottle out on the windowsill for a little bit until that water evaporates and it's not too dry but not too wet. If it's too dry, then you can add a little bit more water and just leave it and make sure that there's still enough water. Okay? But if you think you've added just the right amount, go ahead and close it all up. And then you're just going to place it on the windowsill where it's nice and sunny and just let it grow. Okay? Then, once you wait a couple of weeks, you should have something like this. So, have our beets that grew. Okay, so they get pretty big, and if you can see, there's condensation at the top of the bottle. So, pretty good. You can see the water cycle happening. So that's that condensation that's forming at the top. So all that water is being turned into that vapor or gas. Okay, so once it gets a little bit too big, you can take off the tape and then transfer it into a bigger pot. So that's going to be our next video, so we'll see you guys next time.